Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. It's VM Campos Magic Fan. How are you doing? It's been a little while. 2 hours late, 2.5 hours late. That's okay. We'll do a little bit of streaming tonight. I went to a little get together with some friends that are all vaccinated and out in the backyard. And I just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired. So we'll see about doing a stream for a little while. We actually have a free event that we can play. We've got a free draft. Wizards of the Coast has descended from on high and given us a free draft. So let's do a free draft in a moment. Let me check how all my webcams are there. I see all the cool people are in the stream. Welcome, everyone that is here so far today. Amazing Cam looks pretty adequate. Full screen looks good. Forgot to change the comic. Actually, I didn't have that comic last week. Did I stream last week? I don't even remember. I don't know if I had that comic up last week. But we can maybe talk about it a little bit later. And web browser, I should change the screen because it's me inside of me. You know what I mean. But over here, nope, where do we want to go? We want to go over here. There we go. And then I did stream last week. Oh, it's all a blur. Got the card cam over here for a crack-a-pack. Maybe I did change the comic. So we do have a crack-a-pack. Remember this vintage set? Jumpstart, back in the old days. And then the game cam is over here. So all our cams seem to work just fine. And oh, the schedule, that's not quite accurate what the schedule is. Let's just do this. Don't fully have the energy to set the schedule. We'll just play Magic, see how it goes. But I'm going to do I do want to do the gold digging, so I was playing this earlier. So we'll do the draft in a moment. But what I want to do is play a little bit of the historic Brawl Fest that is still going on. This is an event that was highly anticipated. And Wizards of the Coast said, if you all play this a lot, we might have this event even more, maybe even permanent. So I do want to play this a little bit more to show them, yes, please keep this event. It's like 95% Commander on Arena. And here I'm playing I still have to tweak it. I just call it Big Stuff. This is a mono white deck. Don't even worry about the Commander. I just needed to have white cards, the white color identity, so I can have Wrath of God, Shatter the Sky, all of these destroy effects. I just wanted to have white control in terms of disenchant and, you know, a lot of destroy spells in white, because what I'm trying to do in this very off-the-wall deck is ramp up really fast to get to the big stuff, like I have as the name of the deck. And the big stuff that I've got there's like Ulamog and Ugin and Karn and and an 8/8 artifact guy and all of that. So that's what this deck is all about. I haven't tested it enough to figure out how good it is. It's not that good just yet, but we'll see how it goes. It's a pretty bad hand. And that is vaguely adequate. But the cool thing about this deck is I can do turn 1. Oh, my commander on turn 1. So how are all of you doing? How was all of your weeks? How was all of yours this week? That's not correct either. How was all of your week this week? Now all we need here is to have a legendary... I think we do actually. What's it called? Valthis? I was going to say we need to have a legendary cat creature. We have this legendary dog creature, Izamaru. Is he Amaru? No, he's not. But we have Izamaru and one mana 2/2 legendary. We need to have a legendary cat, and I think there is a cat. There was, like I'm saying, I think it's Valthis. I'll look it up right here. I know it came out on one of the recent, one of the recent, that is a good spell, but I need mana for it. Oh, I do have mana, okay. Anyway, Falthus? Is it Falthus or Valthus? It's Falthus. Falthus Shadowcat Familiar. Let's take a quick look at that while the opponent contemplates. So we have... What's the Legion's Landing? We have Falthus Shadowcat Familiar. It's a legendary nightmare cat. Isn't that redundant? But I just need it to be a let us shatter their dreams of a Legion's Landing and then scry. That's cool, but we'll never get to it yet. Yeah, I heard about the news that there was another lockdown. It was like the first case in 100 days or something. So hopefully that gets under control again. Nipping it in the bud. What do I want to get rid of here? When this dies, create a warrior. That's nothing. And then planeswalkers. Well, eventually I'll have a planeswalker to worry about. There we go, that's what we want to get rid of. Good thing I held off. Let's also cycle this. Ooh, Fumigate, okay. We can have a Fumigate very soon. Should I Fumigate now or later? Let's let them get something else out and then wipe the board and gain some life. So in this format, we have access to the historic card pool, and obviously not as big as the full card pool of all of Magic, but we get a lot of great cards that are out there, like good old Fumigate. I know Damnation is our go-to card for all of us that like to play black. There's a Wrath of God in the deck. But Fumigate is cool because it wipes all creatures, and then I gain life for every creature that got destroyed. Creatures you control are every creature type. That's gonna be tricky. Let's wipe the board at this point. They missed the land drop, as did I. And maybe another one if they are just proceeding. Maybe they probably have some removal spells. Do they have enough mana to do that? They need 3. Well, might as well get rid of it now before it gets out of hand. There we go, you got a shapeshifter. You got 1 shapeshifter out of your 4 mana. Glorious Anthem, do not want. Pausing on 1 black or white. Still missing lands. Okay, I remember now. What I wanted to do was to remove... I wanted to check the mana base in this deck. When I played it a little bit, it felt like the mana base was off, which I think is because I just relied on the auto mana base-ifier, and I think it doesn't pick it extremely well. Yay, I get an Inkling. So after this, oops, did they leave it in the... No, they left it in the exile zone. Okay, so that must mean they're going to destroy my Ixalan's Binding, like that. I guess. And they'll do the same. They'll give me an Inkling and +1 their creatures. So now I'm out of removal. And they're trying to figure out what they want to pick. Yeah, I'm locking down everything. It's white control, but now I'm out of the control stuff. Okay, draw a card and give all my... Haha, they did the... I'll draw a card and your creatures get the plus. And that's not removal, so then for us it might be game over here. Although I have an Achroma's Memorial, but that's not really going to help. Protection from black and red. I'm not gonna make it, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm dead because they're gonna give all their creatures +1. Next turn, they're gonna choose to give target player puts +1s. They're gonna give +1s to all of them, and then I'm dead after that. But then they're gonna have to give target player draws a card. That just make me draw a card, and then I have and then lose another life. And they're not gonna give me the blocker. If I bring out Ajani, I gain 2 life, so I guess I could survive 1. Oh, wait a minute, exile target creature. That's what we want. Yep, Ajani. Although they are pausing with a bunch of black mana, so maybe they'll village rights their own card to get cards out of it. Or they just have a Planeswalker kill spell, which is fine. Alright, so that'll save me for 1 more turn. What's next after that? They might go after me, or they might go after Ajani. Hopefully they go after Ajani because they see a Planeswalker, and that's always trouble. They were able to summon their commander so easily. So I gotta check the mana base on this. I feel it's not quite right. Well, that'll save me 1 more turn. Scry into something useful. Get a blocker from my commander. Alright, so they're probably going to murder that dog. They're going to destroy something. Destroy an enchantment. So I had all of this enchantment removal, but then they had all of their enchantment removal. Nightmare Shepherd. So even if I cast the Wrath of God, they're just going to get everything back from that nightmare. One black mana mess, of course. And then they just keep theirs back to life. I'm gonna +1 there. So the only thing that I need to get on my side is 1 more Wrath effect. I don't think that's going to help too much, but that's what I need, a Wrath effect. If I don't get a Wrath effect, it's definitely game over. Doesn't take that long. Not a Wrath effect. Okay, so let's see about changing that deck up a little bit. I think the mana base is a little... Hey Gabe, welcome. You made it on time. I did start the stream a little late. I was at a party earlier, so I'm a little bit lower energy than I would have liked, but let's update this deck a bit. First of all, okay, the land base. How much mana do I have on this thing? 34 lands. You're supposed to have a standard at least of 36. When I play Commander, I have 40. So that's number 1, why this deck is wrong. Number 2 is I do want a lot of huge things like, okay, here's a 10/10, but I think I need stuff with more value, such as Ulamog, so keeping that, keeping Ugin, of course. Gate Colossus doesn't even have trample. Zatalpa is amazing. Parhelion, I kind of want that because it makes angels, but it needs to be crude, so that's not so good. This is just a plain old 7/5. Platinum Angel is amazing. Meteor Golem destroys stuff. God Pharaoh's Gift. What does that do again? At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a token. Well, that assumes I've got creatures in the graveyard first. And since this deck is all about summoning huge things, I don't feel that I'll have enough stuff in the graveyard to make this work, so never mind. Akruma's Memorial. It's 7 mana. It really works best when there's something on the battlefield. Oh, it actually gives everything haste. Might keep that. Saphara 7/7 Flying Lifelink. Got a board wipe. Gorging Ceratops. Whenever this attacks other creatures, gain double strike. Like, I really want that for the double strike-itude of it. We got Elish Norn. Never played this one ever. I never had this one in real life, and I just got it from wild cards. We have Little Ugin, Planar Bridge. Okay, this is search your library for any permanent and put it directly onto the battlefield. Hey there, Purple World, how are you doing? Are you playing the 100-card Brawl event? You need to cut 1 card. God Pharaoh's Statue is pretty mean. It costs the opponent, it makes all of their spells cost 2 more, and then they lose life every turn. So, seems cool. 3/3 Flying for Strike Vigilance Lifelink. Sarah's Guardian. It's a 4/4 Lifelink for 6. Planeswalker. Just need to cut 1 more thing. Planar Bridge is overrated, most likely, depending on the format, right? If the big idea with this deck is just ramp. It's just a lot of ramp into huge things. I think when it gets rolling, here's the perfect scenario. If I get, where did it go? If I get 6 mana quickly, in theory, this deck should be able to get to 6 mana quickly. It's really got a big focus on ramp with artifacts, and then after that, to be for free 8 mana, paying it right away. Like for example, right away I would go get an Ugin right out of that. It is a lot of mana, but in this format, I think it's doable. We'll see how it goes. I can still further. And then here's all the removal. We got Universal Solvent, Disenchant, Revoke Existence, Seal Away, Swift. So much removal. And a bunch of mana rocks, some card draw with these 2 mana cantrips. Lots and lots and lots of removal. Just need to cut 1 thing. So much removal. Where was all my removal when I needed it last turn? Well, I guess I had it, right? I was exiling all their stuff really annoyingly. Yeah, Halcyon. Oh, you gotta take off for the moment. Okay, see you next time. Thanks for coming to stop by for a bit. Take 1 removal spell out. That's blasphemy. I gotta have every removal spell ready for every possibility. We'll see this way. I have too much. There's not enough removal. When the opponent's got stuff to remove, I'll be there to remove it. Oh, my text is huge on the screen. I keep battling with this text from my stream software, but if you all wanted to see your words really big on the screen, let's put that back on 36. Let's try that. Say a few syllables. See how your text appears. Volo. Okay, I hate that card, but I've got removal on turn 3. They're going to ramp, obviously, into Volo, so that is fine. And I got my turn 1 Commander for the only reason that I can summon it on turn 1. There's no synergy except that it's a doggo. And when I get first turn, I can start already attacking for 2. So how's everyone doing? Did you have a good week? Anything fun or interesting or weird happen throughout the week? they gave me at the last minute at work one more class to teach, and I have to then scramble to prep all of that because classes start on Monday. Alright, so they're gonna summon their blocker. I need something good on turn 3, or I can cycle away this Forsake. Maybe they'll play a Mana Rock. So what are they gonna play? Are they gonna play a Mana Dork or a Mana Rock to get into Volo quickly? They will play nothing, okay. And let's cycle this away. We built a Rurik Thar CEDH that can win 1 at 3 at Attorney. Oh, okay. That's... What other CEDH shenanigans happened? Did anyone try to do the old before? Well, no, they banned it, right? Flash Hulk. Demonic Consultation still valid in CEDH, right? Is the opponent slow playing? What are they doing? There we go, we got a Haka. They're still missing their land drops, so they want to do it with Haka. So let's get it out of here permanently. Foretelling something, and all right, let us. Oh, the auto tapper messed me up here. Why do I let it mess me up? And don't need that. All right. They foretold something. It was either the counterspell or the draw or the Cosmo Charger. Okay. Flash and flying. Foretell costs are less. Okay, that's fine. Enjoy your pony. 1, 2, 3, 4. Enjoy your pony past tense. Yeah, the little white ice dragon, white dragon, whatever it's called in the new set. You can even pet it. Watch, let's pet it, and then he gets mad. That's a cool animation. And the opponent's like, never mind, I'm not getting any lands. I can see that. Yeah, Gabe, I am teaching. What am I teaching? Teaching CIS 123, which is Web Design 1, and then at the last minute they gave me CIS 257, which is social media, digital marketing. I co-created that class back in the day with Kathleen, and I hadn't taught it in a little while for Southwestern. I was teaching it for the other college, but I don't know what happened to the other instructor, and then they said, would you like to teach it? And I said, yes, I would like to pay the mortgage, thank you. And then they gave me the class. Where's my chat box? I'm not happy with the chat box still. Gishath, okay. That'll be scary. They'll probably have mana rocks, so there's revoke. Get into Ugin for cost reduction. Planar bridge. How do you all say it? Planar bridge or planner bridge? Alright, third turn nothing. I can live with that. I say planar bridge, but it sounds so highfalutin as planar bridge. Do I want to get rid of that? Target opponent exiles cards. You may cast that. Oh, so it gets to steal my stuff? No thanks. Oops. That doesn't exile what I thought. hate wasting 2 cards, but I did get a scry, so... Ooh, Firemind's Vessel, okay. I can deal with that one as well. Yeah, get a few more lands. You mess with one, sure thing. So I'm at the level right here. I'm at planar bridge level, and then I can summon like big Ugin and then start messing with them. Although Gishath has haste, right? Vigilance, trample, haste. So if I summon an Ulamog directly to the battlefield, that'll block Gishath. Indestructible. And they are putting something to the top. Probably that one needle spiky tooth thing. Oh, we got one of those. Sure. Communist dinosaur. All right. I can go to Ugin directly. Yeah, let's go with Ugin and then wreck their thing right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Next turn, planar bridge. They don't have enough to ascend yet with that. Oops, burning avatar, that's good. Alright, well, next turn. 5, 6, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that enough for Gishath already? Not yet. Okay. Sword Tooth, ascending, everything. Okay. So what I can do is I can bring Big Ugin directly right away and wipe their whole board, but they're gonna then summon Gishath and then hit me for 7. Or I can summon Ulamog and it'll be a great blocker. Yeah, I think we got an Ulamog, right? Because the main thing that they'll want to do is... Or Elish Norn. That'll weaken... That'll -2 all of them. That'll be a 4/4. And that'll go down to 5. That'll be a 4. Do I want Elish Norn? Yeah, let's do Elish Norn. Because that just kills their... Sure. You have your big dino. Sure. Yeah, we can do that deck as well. Let's scare them with... I'm not going to get the free trigger out of it, but that's nice and scary. Yep, playing all the big stuff for free. 8 mana, but 8 mana in 100 card constructed is a pittance. Let's do that. Let's do that giant deck right now. Actually, after getting this game under the belt. There's no tutors in white to go get that planar bridge, is there? There's idyllic tutor, but that's just enchantments, I believe. Alright, so let's play that one deck that I built in the video. And it was the giant deck, right? The sneak attack. There was a deep pull right there that you had on the comment, Mark, about hill giants. We have Scath zombies on Arena. Scath or Skaith? We have Skaith zombies on Arena, right? The 3 mana 2/2 whatever it is from the old days. So we might even have an actual hill giant on Arena. So nothing. Oh, okay, that's a little removal and the rubble fort, which is what I like. And on turn 1. So here's the blue version of the dragon. This one's asleep. And in this battlefield, there's actually, if you look in the corner, there's a sleeping dragon, and if you tap it, it actually wakes up. Leather armor, sure. Let's conceal. Let's do the big brain play. We will conceal the true colors of our mana until it is too late. That's a free equip. And it's a ward of 1. It's going to be annoying. I don't have any artifact removal in the main deck, so that's going to be auto-equip onto Nahiri for free. Plus indestructible, so... just might have to aggro them. So you never quite know, I'm doing best of 1 here, you never quite know what the algorithm will match you with, but this being a 0 equip ward, and now they've got that draw spell. I don't have any way to get rid of let's get this fort out here and then take a huge damage. That'll set me up for the Calamity Bearer. I don't have high hopes for this matchup. That armor is just really... I have no way to deal with that armor. And then we've got Akiri and her equipment shenanigans. Double swords, okay, they're not legendary. Triple swords, amazing. This opponent is going to pass it down from generation to generation that they were able to get all of their swords out. So I'm dead next turn. But I can go out with a huge damage. If they don't have trample or whatever. That's a 13. Well, as long as they don't have trample or flying, we can make it one more round. And then I don't have haste anymore. Yeah, this is over. Actually, wait a minute. I might make it because I and then a free equip on that. Okay, that's fine because I think I can still maybe haste in. They're gonna block 1. This has got haste. That'll be double damage with that charger. You're going to block either one of those, and then the bear will double any damage from all my giants, so maybe this will kill him? Because that 3 will be doubled. Dequip. Dequipping won't save you. That'll dequip from Akiri, but that doesn't do anything. No, stop looking at Akiri. If you do that, tap a creature gains indestructible. Who cares? They're going to do the final damage directly, and then it's 1 point of damage, 1 point of trample damage, and then times 2. So yeah, this is game over. Alright, wasn't expecting to pull that one off, but the big win came from the Calamity Bear. If a giant source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it doubles that damage instead. So that got the damage through. In the sideboard, there's mono red. In the sideboard, I need to put. Let me fix the sideboard up a little bit. So we're fixing the deck with the chat. So in the sideboard, now that I saw that they had like artifacts, I'm like, yeah, we need shatter effect, but we don't have shatter on arena. We have the other one. What's it called? Deface. There we go. Deface. Destroy an artifact or a creature with defender. So look at how shatter. Look at how far shatter has evolved. Actually, wasn't shatter instant? Let's take a little nostalgia trip. Good old shatter. Remember this one for us old timers? Here we go. Shatter. Let's go to the old printings of it. Look at that amazing original shatter art by Amy Weber. Just literally an artifact shattering. And then the old wording, shatter destroys target artifact. Eventually that went over to 4th edition, destroy target artifact. And then we got the Tin Man being shattered with Ice Age and flavor text. Let the past be the past. Do not call up that which you cannot put down. Destroy that which destroyed us so long ago. And that was Serene Relic Bane, Soul Devi Heretic. Then after that, we got this other one on 5th edition, Hannibal King. Who did this one? Brian Wackwitz. A little bit abstract. It kind of looks like the Wicker Man. Anyone ever see that old Wicker Man movie? Actually, wait a minute. Shatter was 2 mana. And an instant. Then this shatter, some sort of... What is that? What is that being shattered in Tempest? Such fuss over machines, Gerard. Remember that you are the prize of the legacy. Throw away your toys. Or a Samite Healer. And then this one in Mirrodin. Days of planning, weeks of building, months of perfection, seconds of smashing. That one from, what is that one? Scars of Mirrodin. I am an artist, a builder, a creator. I create the biggest explosions around. Cruel. Goblin Furnace Priest. And then a Khans of Tarkir. The ogre's mind snapped. The bow was next. The archer followed quickly after. And then the Ixalan printing. What's the difference between the... Oh, that's the list. Ixalan printing. Today, it's a miracle architecture, a marvel of stained glass, a symbol of the Legion's power. Tomorrow, driftwood. They have stained glass on the ship? Anyway, all of that is to say that I need to put a shatter in the sideboard, and I think deface will do the job. Or what about smelt? Yeah, let's do smelt instead. It's an instant rather than the sorcery of deface, and no one has defenders. So I think smelt in the sideboard will be better. Oh, we do have shatter. We have plain old shatter right there. Of course we do. Ixalan, yeah. So nowadays, here's power creep. There's no reason at all nowadays shatter versus smelt. 1 red mana, instant, destroy artifact, versus 2 mana, instant, destroy target artifact. You know you're addicted when you have at least 1 copy of each shatter. Well, I'm trying to do that with Dark Ritual. Do I have it handy somewhere here? On one of my notebooks of cards over here, I have my wall of Dark Rituals. My page of Dark Rituals. One problem with having too many cards is you have too many cards, so I can't quite find it at the moment, but I've got like 9 different Dark Ritual arts. Yeah, here it is. let's talk about addiction. The Wicker Man movie, the old one, the new one, especially the end. Yeah, all of the Wicker Man's movies. I saw it relatively recently. I don't have all them all either. I've got to still work on getting them. But here's my page of Dark Rituals. So the oldest one is well, let's do the card cam. That's what it's for, isn't it? Card cam. We'll open that Jumpstart booster in a bit. But the oldest one that I have is revised. Sorry, let me fix my exposure here. Webcam. Here we go. So the old faded revised Dark Ritual, Sandra Evernham. The device has stopped responding. What is that? Why is that complaining? I don't even have that plugged in. It's saying that my cell phone is disconnected, but it's not even connected, so ignore that. Okay, so then over here, these two look very similar. One's 4th edition, but the other one is... This one's 4th edition, and this one came in the two-player battle deck. So it's very subtle, but the color is slightly different. Technically, that's not a 4th edition, it's a different printing. But anyway, there's 4th edition, and then over here we've got Ice Age, when this was an interrupt, and this was an interrupt. And then over here we have the Dark Ritual. Let's do it this way. We have the Mirage Dark Ritual. And then the Tempest Dark Ritual. This was when they were then calling it Mana Source. Started off as an interrupt. And then Mana Source. Here's the 5th edition one. Still, it's a mana source. Then the Urza's, one of them, Urza's Saga, Urza's something, Urza's Gears. There's the Dark Ritual. And then the 25th anniversary, Dark Ritual there. So those are all of the Dark Rituals that I've got. For the moment, there's still some other ones. There's like a Rebecca Gay art I need to get. Those other arts. I do have the recent... What set was it? That one, the Mystical Archive. The Mystical Archive. Oh yeah, so... Over here... In Strixhaven. They reprinted Dark Ritual in Strixhaven, so I got the newest art right here. This one's really cool art. Sorry about the glare, but this is the newest Dark Ritual. What is that? 1 hand, 2 hand, 3 hands? Yeah, of course, you need 3 hands for your 3 black mana. And I also got a Demonic Tutor. No big deal. And a Doomblade. This glare. There we go. Doomblade, Mystical Archive art, Demonic Tutor, Mystical Archive art, and Dark Ritual, Mystical Archive art. Also got a Time Warp. Yep. So back to the gameplay. Do any of you out there have in real life too many copies of the same card, or is that just me? Oh, Mark, you said you had a lot of Skaith zombies, right? Okay, smelt. Got a couple of smelts in there. Although Shred Sails, that one can get cycling. It's coming from the sideboard, so we'll just leave it in there. but we'll we have all the same ones. Okay. I'm not. It's not that I'm like actively looking for all of them at the moment. When I remember to get one off of a website, look at that, it's frozen. Are we still online, or is it just Arena being weird? I'm pressing play and it doesn't let me play. There it is. We'll do this deck one more time, and then we'll switch over to the draft. We have a free draft. Wizards gave us all some free drafts because they messed up. They were going to release the historic... What's it called? Oops, there was a card cam. They were going to release a new set, and then everything crashed, so they said, here's some free drafts. Alright, we got a Frostbite, Run Amok, Thundering, nothing big. It's going to be removal until turn 4. They go first. Let's see. Devi is Bane is the opponent. Okay, if I get my double red, I can Shatter Skull them. We got the Tiamat sleeves. Alright, so they're doing they're trying to do the Asper. What are the colors again? Someone said on Twitter, wet gruel is when you've got gruel plus a little bit of blue. Actually, they're doing... Yeah, anyway. Next turn, I can start to do this. Fourth turn, I can bring out the Calamity Bearer to do the double damage from giants. Hopefully they pass with no counterspell mana. Oops. They shocked into that to double it. Okay. I think this will work. We'll bring out the Bearer. It'll be ready to attack next turn. Double damage with the Bearer, and then Shatter Skull, double damage. Zendikar Royal. Okay, nothing happens until something happens, right? Oh yeah, it makes things. They want to double block that. Okay. Fine. How about... Get rid of that. Haste this in. Remove their blocker. They'll take either 6 or 8 damage. Oh, they'll take everything. Okay. Math. Reading the card explains the card. I wanted to get greedy, and for a moment I wanted to do double Calamity Bearers. I've only got 2 in the deck, so instead of a giant source dealing double damage, it would do double plus double, which is some sort of value I can't even comprehend. And that's 2 out of 3 matches here. Let me do... Well, you might have gotten it off of the YouTube or whatever, but let me export the deck right here and put it in the Discord if you all want a copy of it. Even though there's no Hill Giant. We can search in a moment to see if there's any Hill Giant equivalent. I bet nowadays there's the there's a version of Hill Giant that it also gives you life. So deck lists, I'll put it right here. Alright, so I put that in the Discord if people want that. Let's switch over to the draft. As I said, I started the stream a little bit later than usual. I was at an event earlier. Before I fall asleep, let's do the... which one did they give us? Ikoria. Alright, you got it. Okay, so we get a free entry into Ikoria as a mea culpa of Wizards that they made a mistake in their system. So let's do some Ikoria draft. Remember this old vintage set? Oh yeah, and then we also are going to open up a real life pack of Jumpstart. I was at a local comic shop. They had some Jumpstart. They had some Jumpstart on the sets. They had some Jumpstart on the shelves, that is, and I got one. Was Jumpstart always $7 per pack, or did that shop raise the price because this is a vintage set now? Jumpstart, not jumpsuit. Jumpstart. Okay, ooh, we got Giganta. A lot of mutate creatures here. And I wouldn't even put Giganta as the companion. All packs are $7? Oh, really? Even some of the more premier? Even some of the more premier booster packs? Like Modern Horizons and such? Wolf bears a 4/4. When this attacks, change the base power to this target human, so you can make a human stronger. Skull Prophet is a mana dork plus a 3/1. Yeah, except all of those sort of premier sets. Here they're $4, but some of these premier sets are more. Ooh, that Skycat, I like that Skycat. Here's some removal in white. Grim Dancer. Ice Age. Oh, even Ice Age is for $7. I like that. When I got back into Magic in 2017, I bought some Ice Age packs for nostalgia, and even just a year later, the price of those had gone up a lot. So there was like an inflection point in like 2018 or so that vintage Magic products just suddenly got a lot more expensive. And when I got back into Magic, if you look at my old 2017 videos, 2018 videos, back then I opened up some Ice Age cards, some Homelands cards, some Fallen Empires cards. So earlier at the little get together that I had, it was a potluck sort of style. You can bring some food. I took hot dogs, and they were a hit. I brought, let me see, there's 6 in a pack. I brought 3 packs. So there were 18 sausages, and by the end of the night, only about 4 had remained. So those hot dogs were popular. I see people are passing some of the white cards. Still just pack 1, so we might pivot. We'll see where it's going. But let's do a quick review. What I've gotten. It was kind of it was possibly going to be black. Black red. So Lutri's the one that lets you copy your instance. It was so good. So I suddenly realized that I was drifting off a little bit, just lost in the game, but then everyone's in the audience. So give me a topic or two to chat about, so that I don't nod off. You're drinking a bit of Buenaveza. So it's like cerveza, pretty good, lime and salt flavor. Is that a brand or a specific drink? Sounds a little familiar. What did you think of the D&D set? It's fine. In terms of kind of like the mechanics and stuff. I like venture into the dungeon and so forth. I guess in a sort of a meta way, I'm not a fan of crossing a lot of the magic concept with other concepts. Obviously, magic, people can enjoy magic how they want, but I'm not a fan of like the Walking Dead magic set and those are like the most egregious aspect of things, I think. The Godzilla cards, because they were alternate versions of cards, I think that's fine. But then when you have Rick Grimes as a real Magic card, and I know people will always say, well, what's real? And it's fantasy, it's just a game and all of that, but I don't know. For me, I think the immersiveness of it and the conceptualness of it keep them conceptually the same. So I'm not looking forward to the Stranger Things crossover. I'm not looking forward to any of those out-of-universe crossovers, even though people will say, well, it's a multiverse. Everything exists in the multiverse. Sure. You said you're not a big fan. What's the big thing about it? The mechanics or the mixing of the story, or what's not your favorite aspect of it? It's made by Stone Brewing. Yeah, go ahead and post a photo in the off-topic section. That'd be cool to see what's that. Stone Brewing, they're famous. They're San Diego based, right? Stone Brewing is San Diego based. Stranger Things, I remember that show. You act like it was like from our childhood. We're talking about the Stranger Things show that came out on Netflix in the last 3 years. Are you sure you don't mean something like Erie, Indiana? That one did come out back in the day. Why was that going to auto-pick for me a blue card? Stone Brewing is San Diego based. It's been one of their... You've been to one of their breweries. That's cool. Was it a tour sort of thing, or were you there for... Were you there, like, the store to buy? So you know it's draft when you first pick an Evolving Wilds. The D20 thing puts you off. The dungeon cards tend to be draining on the game. I think I don't like the D20 stuff. I think an already random game doesn't need more randomness, in my opinion. I think the dungeons... I like the dungeons. I think they're kind of... I think in paper, the dungeons definitely take a lot of time and effort and tracking and everything. And since I've just been pretty much just playing on Arena, it's a lot faster to work with those things on Arena. But in real life, I definitely would see the drag of getting those cards to fully work. Lots of dragons, definitely. Lots of dragons to make some fun dragon decks. So we got the photo. Oh, that looks really cool. Let me put that up in a moment. So it's even, it's got a really cool style. Oh, I forgot to check who else is in this table. We've got Mo, Billy Doyle, Cole C. Game. Oh, Deathsea. I'm playing with Deathsea in this. One of the biggest names in Magic personalities. Deathsea is at my table. Cool. Good. Ice Wall 32, Goodwill Munting, and Soul Tanos. So today we can say there was a celebrity on the stream. You went for both the tour and for the food. So they also have food, or just the drinks? So I definitely have a mishmash of stuff here, but I think with the some mana fixing will be vaguely okay. Well, here's the thing. They're at my table, but we don't necessarily get matched up. Apparently, they have the technology to pair you with, to have you all in a table, but they don't have the technology to then have this group of people play against each other. You then get into the bigger card pool, the bigger player pool after the draft portion. Alright, got some gems, because I already had the card. Okay, let's see if we can put together something meaningful out of this. I kind of just grabbed a bunch of stuff that I liked. 53 cards. Let's see, I'm just going to go over it in big general terms. Okay, I got 4 white cards, 1 blue card, but that's probably hybrid colors. 12 black, 15 red, 12 green, multicolored. So this isn't a full sense of things because maybe I've got a black-white card. So that's why it looks like that, but let's do an overview here. So dead weight removal, Zagoth Mamba. If I have enough mutate creatures, this could be pretty devastating. Whenever this creature mutates, target creature and opponent gets -2. So if I got a good critical mass of mutators, I can -2 the opponent once or twice. Blazing Volley deals 1 damage to each creature the opponent controls. That's a sorcery. I got 2 of those, so a final bit of damage to finish off a creature, perhaps. Blister's Spit Gremlin. It's a 1/1, 1 mana. Tap this and pay 1. Deal 1 damage to each opponent. And then when you cast a non-creature spell, untap it to do it again. There's a non-creature spell here. A creature gets +1, and for strike. 1 red mana to give it +1 until end of turn, but a permanent for strike. Adventurous Impulse, 1 green. It's a sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards. Reveal a creature or land. Put the rest at the bottom. Brushwag. It's a 1/1 for 1. Trample. Eventually it gets +3/+3. Sudden Spinnerets, 1 green mana. A creature gets +1/+3. And untap it and put a permanent reach counter on it. Divine Arrow, deal 4 damage to attackers or blockers. Boot Nipper, it's a 2/1. It can have either Death Touch or Lifelink. Raking Claws, give a creature double strike or cycle it. Humble Naturalist, it's a mana dork, but only for creature spells. 1 mana of any color, yep. Survivor's Bond, 2 mana, choose 1 or both. Return a creature from your graveyard to your hand, return a non-creature. So it's Regrowth. Dire Tactics, exile a creature for black and white. Lose a little life if you don't have a human. How many humans do I have so far? 6 humans, oh, more than I thought. Skull Prophet. It's a mana dork. Grim Dancer, 3/3 mana. You can choose 2 out of the 3 possible counters of Death Touch, Lifelink, or Menace. Flame Spill, it's a 4 damage with Trample. Frenzied Raptor, it's a 4/2, it's just a plain old 4/2 for 3 mana. Spell Eater Wolverine, it's a 3/2, but it has double strike if you've got 3 or more instants in the instants or sorceries. And I have 8 instants and 5 sorceries. Lutri, it's a 3/2 with Flash, and it copies a spell. Sonorous Howl Bonder, it's a 2/2 with Menace. All my creatures get Super Menace. My creatures cannot be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Bushmeat Poacher, 4 mana, 2/4. 1 tap, sack another creature, draw a card, and gain life. Lurking Deadeye, 4 mana, 4/2 with Flash. And when it enters, destroy a creature that was dealt damage. So maybe a creature got 1 damage with the Bushwag, and then the Deadeye finishes it off. This is a 4/3 for 4. It cannot be blocked by more than 1 creature. So what's the opposite of Menace? Umori, it's a 4/5 for 4 mana. It makes you choose a card type, and then spells of that cost 1 less. So you can say creature. All creature cards cost 1 less. All instant cards cost 1 less. Proud Wild Bonder, 4 mana, 4/3, trample. Creatures you control have trample. No, creatures with trample have, you may have this creature assign damage. Oh, okay, so it's got super trample. Patagia Tiger, I'll probably cut this one. I don't think I'm going to keep any of the white cards. Patagia Tiger, 5 mana, 3/4. It's got flying. When it enters, give a human +2/+2. For the full effect, they should have given. Here's what I would have done. I would have had a human gain +1/+1 and flying until end of turn. Because obviously the flavor here is that the tiger comes into the battlefield and a human swoops onto its back to get flying temporarily. But it only gives a human +2. Yeah, we'll go with 2 colors. I picked a little bit of everything, but we'll cut this down. Probably black-red, right? That's the one that seems to be good, and then that could even hit like Lutri, because that could be red or blue, and then even here with red-green, there's the red. Unbreakable Bond, 5 mana, return a creature. Oh, so it's animate dead, vaguely, but gives a lifelink counter. What's that other card that people love? Unearth? Undying? What's that one black card that just costs like 1 or 2 black mana, and then you get a creature directly from the battlefield to the graveyard? Not Animate Dead, not the enchantment, but that other black sorcery or whatever it is. Rakdos for life. Clash of Titans. So, Rabid Bite costs only 2 mana in green. But if you want the same effect in red, you've got to pay 5 mana for it. I don't doubt that in 1 or 2 more sets it's gonna be 4 mana, and it gives your creature lifelink or something. Power Creep. Gigantha, 5 mana, costs 5 mana for 5/5, and then it gives you 5 mana of any color. I mean, of all colors. And then Quartzwood Crasher. It's a 6/6 for 5 mana. It's got trample. It's Gruul colors, not Rakdos. And whenever 1 or more creatures you control with trample deal combat damage, create an XX green Dino Beast with trample, where X is the amount of damage. Okay, so if they blocked with their 1/1, 5 damage, it makes a 5/5. This is the only one that's not Rakdos, and maybe a little bit of splashing for it. Maybe. What else? Sanctuary Smasher, it's a 6/4. It's got first strike, cycle it for 3. If you cycle it, put a first strike counter on your creature. Greater Sandworm, 7/7 for 7. Cannot be blocked by small creatures or cycle it. And Void Beckoner, 8/8 for 8 mana with Death Touch. If you cycle it, give your creature Death Touch permanently. So this could be a fun trick. I can block with my 1/1. I can cycle the Beckoner, get a card off of it, put a Death Touch counter on the 1/1, and it blocks the big creature. And then Plain Swamps. Got the dual land for this, which is completely not useful. Got the Rakdos dual land, Golgari dual land, and an Evolving Wilds. Yeah, probably none of the white cards. None of the white cards. The Void Beckett. Is that the Godzilla Death Corona? Where Wizards of the Coast had to put out a statement saying, "We printed and invented this card months before the coronavirus pandemic, but we still apologize." So, I think I have one too. It's Godzilla Death Corona, right? Yeah. Okay, so why is it still giving us planes if I thought I removed all of the white cards? I'll take out all of the non-Rakdos cards as well, and then we'll see where we're at that point. Oh, that's why, because I still had Dire Tactics. Swamps, mountain, forests. We don't actually need forests because either mountains or swamps will. Oh, that's new. Either mountains or swamps will take care of it. 10, 11. Lands. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have exactly 40 cards in this Rakdos deck without cutting any Rakdos cards. Red is the focus. So we'll put... Well, now that it's just 2 color, we don't need the Evolving Wilds anymore. And then the dual land there. There it is, 17 lands. 1 dual land. Did I get very many mutate cards for that Mamba to really work? Exactly 40 must be a sign, yeah. Well, I think... what is this music? Sounds fun. Didn't really get any other mutate cards. But okay, let's give this game a shot. All right, let's go. Ikoria draft. I haven't done Ikoria draft in a little while. When did Ikoria come out? Last year. It was the first set after the lockdown because I remember I did play at the pre-release of Theros Beyond Death, and that was at that was in January 2020, and then 3 months later when the new Magic set came out, that would have been April, and by that time the US was in lockdown. Started basically March 13th or so. So Ikoria. Has been out since then. That cycles for 3. Okay. We can just... Well, I need to take out that... If I get one more mountain, I can flash in my 3/2 Lutri. I can dead weight that. Checkpoint officer is annoying. Any of the mana that I bring out, I can then bring out Umori, although it could be a target for removal, but it's a 4/5. It's a big one. There we go, 4th mana. So what I could do is hold my mana up to flash in Lutri to kill that at the last minute, or I could bring out Umori and choose creatures and then have creatures cost less. They haven't used any of the removal yet. You have to assume there's going to be removal. So I would rather lose Lutri than I would lose Umori. So I'm going to do a flash of Lutri, but perhaps not to block. Oh, I don't have any removal at the moment. I could flash in Lutri, which will then copy my heightened reflexes and give my creature even bigger. Yeah, that's what I'll do, right? Okay, let's see what they do because they have all of their mana open. So let's see how this works. Let's read this carefully. Because when this enters the battlefield, if you cast it, when Lutri enters the battlefield, if you cast it, okay, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose a new target. Yeah, I can flash in Lutri and then let it resolve, and then double cast my heightened reflexes. It's not that I'm going to respond to casting Lutri because it hasn't resolved yet, right? They do have black-white mana, which could be dire tactics. Yeah, is it gonna let me do what I think it does? I've never played with Lutri before, but anyway, let's give this a shot. Full control, do the block. Oh, that's not gonna work because I'm out of... Oh, okay. I'm out of the red mana. Whoops. I thought I had enough red mana to pull it all off. Never mind. So we know that they have at least one of these divine things, and missed a land drop. Gonna have to give this a shot here. Pausing on 2 mana. That costs 2 mana, so probably they have one more, or dire tactics. Yeah, they probably have another one of these divine arrows, or maybe a cycle card or something. So if they attack, obviously they will have a combat trick. Do not fall for it. Whoops, never mind, they have a blade banish. Okay, well, if I get my 5th mana, I can bring out my... No, that's 6 mana. Oh yeah, my 5th mana, I can bring it directly from the battlefield. It paused on 1 white mana. Hey there, Dark Lord, how are you doing? Return target creature card from graveyard to the battlefield with a lifelink. So I can bring back any of these that just got killed. Actually, nope, that one got exiled. So let's bring back Lutri, but I didn't cast it. But I get 1 creature for free. I kind of feel safer bringing it a little bit later. If they still have the removal, let's put out another thing. And then I have the heightened reflexes, just in case. So it's pausing on 1 white mana. What can you do with 1 white mana? It might be a cycle card. So I will attempt to block that mare, and then heightened reflexes to give mine +1, +0, and first strike. See if that works. I kind of feel that they have a lot of combat tricks, so we'll see how it goes. I have the Unbreakable Bond to reanimate from the graveyard. That has got... Yeah, this will be fine. They tap out, but they pass. Fine. One white's got to be a Mana Tithe or a Healing Salve, of course. Are they gonna finally mutate? Because this one cares about mutating, right? Yep. Okay, let's see if this works. It's pausing for them, so I'm sure there's a cantrip here. I mean, a combat trick. That's a lot of cards to try to take out a double striker, but I guess we got it. Okay, that's kind of weird. They were holding on to something, but who knows what it was. So let's do a lifelink. I mean, let's do a menace. Let's do lifelink plus death touch. So how are you doing, Dark Lord? Did you have a good week? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks everyone for stopping by today. Obvious. Combat trick is obvious. They probably still have the deal 4 damage to target attacking creature. Okay. We fight, so we deal damage to each other. Let's read this properly. Target creature fights another target. Oh, that's them. I can have them kill each other. Yeah. That's why it's better than Rabid Bite. Target creature fights target creature. Of course. Target a creature, 1 of 2. There. Target another creature, 2 of 2. There we go. Yay. Now I see the light. I don't know why I thought that was just a double-costed rabbit bite. So now that is way better. Yeah, that has Death Touch. They have Vigilance, however. And they pass. Okay. I'm still missing land drops. Sonorous, whatever, each creature you control with menace cannot be blocked except by 3 or more, so it'd be double menace. And I'm sure, like I'm saying, I'm sure what's going to happen here is they will have the... I'm sure they're going to have one more Divine Arrow. I have the Unbreakable Bond that I can bring Lutri out of the graveyard. Let's go for it here. If they use it here, they use it, and then I'll just bring back this 3/3 out of the graveyard. We didn't. Okay, I can get this blocker. That cycles for 3. Super Menace. Sanctuary Lockdown gives humans +1. Yep, they had to reread their own card. Lunar Stream Manager, thank you for the follow. Okay, here's my dream scenario. They attack me, they don't have any combat tricks. I cycle Sanctuary Smasher to give my 2/1 Death Touch first strike. They attack me with that 3/6 and I first strike them. I first strike that Mantisar to oblivion. Tap 2 untapped humans to destroy a creature. They don't have any. Okay. 3 mana open. And they pass. Okay. Void Beckoner can give anything instant death touch. Okay, let's see about this. I have it too much in my mind that it might be the that divine, whatever it's called, divine arrow. So they're good. You have to double block that, don't you? Each creature you control with menace cannot be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Is that gonna work? Each creature you control with menace. Well, that doesn't have menace. Never mind. Okay. Anyways, let's try to get this first strike to work. Perfect. Then we have 3 mana left there to... How the tables have turned. I'm back to 20 life. I'm kind of worried that they've got a lot of mana and a lot of cards in hand. They keep looking at each of my creatures. It's not like they've changed. Well, I guess they have all of these counters and such. Or are they trying to psych me out? Why do they keep looking at my creatures? Ah, man! That is even. That is odd. That is odd. That is even. Okay, fine. They're gonna exile, and I won't even be able to unbreakable bond to them. Fine. I'll still keep one. Yeah, they have to triple check it all to make sure they don't exile their own thing. That was very good math. No attacks, okay. Fine, let's bring back Lutri. Actually, I can bring that 6/4 from the graveyard. Oh yeah, I cycled it away. Yeah, okay, let's bring that in for free back. There we go. Will they block? That is a first strike with lifelink. Don't tell me they have another extinction event. Oh, they have a mutually assured destruction. Okay. And then just that. Okay, fine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. I need one more mana. Giganta will give me all the mana that they need. That I need. Uh-oh, here's a Blade Banish. If it's pausing at this point, it didn't pause a moment ago because I had a small creature. If it paused now, they might have a cycle or maybe another Blade Banish. It is instant. Exile a big creature. I now have a big creature. It's looking good so far, perhaps. Doesn't take that long to play your Blade Banish, come on. Double Sanctuary Lockdown's amazing. When you get your next human, it will be big. Ooh, that's enough for my Void Beckoner, so on my second main phase I will scare them with this, and I'll give them a good game, but then they're gonna exile it, so I played myself. But if I've got just shock and awe of an 8/8 Death Touch Godzilla Death Corona. Okay, you got a 1/1. Go get a land. Play the land and pass. Okay, how about deals 1 damage to each creature your opponent controls? Sure. Oh yeah. 10 damage. One more turn. If they get a blocker, they can block the 8/8, take 2 damage. This is 8, and these are both evens. Oh, and that's the end of the game. Yay! Alright, that was a long one. This doesn't show a counter, does it? I would have liked to know how long that took. Took a little while, didn't it? Does the, thank you, does the chat somewhere say everyone's time codes? Manage moderators, toggle timestamps. So when did... So back at 11:46, Mark, you said kill it. That was it. So that game lasted at least 15 minutes. Bronze tier 1. So we have 1 win so far. We get a booster pack and gems. So I don't know how smart this quote that I'm about to say is here, or meaningful, but it feels like it's so difficult to get a win, but it's so easy to get a loss. I don't know if that's very philosophical or brainy or anything. And what I mean by that is I've had plenty of times on these drafts where I feel that it was like a hard-fought battle, this one that just took 15-20 minutes, and then I could then easily lose the next one with Mana Screw or Mana Flood or just not getting anything good. Double blazing volley, that's so mean. Shame I didn't really pick up any other mutate creatures, I believe, so that Mamba won't really do much. Okay, they're going with triple colors. Primal Empathy is all about trying to create eventually things. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power. If you don't, put a +1. So it makes the creatures bigger. I don't have any artifact removal. I don't think I got any artifact removal. It's not a Kung Fu Panda quote. What's your favorite? Everyone in the chat tell me. What's your favorite Kung Fu Panda quote? They're going 4 colors. I never saw Kung Fu Panda, actually. Double black. This is enough for Umori. So we'll say creature. One black, one green. If I can come back to my turn, I'll summon Gigantha, because then that's a huge mana dork. Uh-oh, never mind. There's going to be some sort of bite or mutually assured you kill your own thing and you kill my thing, probably. They can lose a 1/4. Okay, it's not so bad. I guess I thought it's in my hand, I've got to use it. Double, okay. That deserves a something. Alright, let's get Gigantha out here to help with that. That doesn't have menace or anything. That's got vigilance. Don't tell me that that a simple vigilant cat is gonna win them the game here, because it's just vigilance. I have to double block. Don't want to lose these, however. How does this work again? At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power. Otherwise, put a +1. So, if you control a creature. So eventually it's going to get bigger than everything, and then they pass with full open mana. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. That's actually really smart. Let's just bring out a Board Presence. Even if they counterspell that, I can live with that. Okay. Alright, so Clash of Titans will help me take out one of their creatures. Boot Nipper, they'll do Death Touch on it. Alright. I don't have... No, I do have double black with Gigantha. I mean double red. Okay, so we will... that. Hold off. You know what? Yeah, that's exactly the right. I totally messed up on that. Yeah, I should have clashed with the Death Toucher. What was I thinking? I only have one in the deck. Oh, there's Glimmer Bell. Hopefully they don't pull the old untap trick. Alright, let's take out that Death Touch creature, hopefully. There it is. Just keep building up board presence. Oh yeah, that works. Lurking Deadeye. And then now we might be safe attacking. Yeah, don't look at your double enchantments. They won't do anything. And then hopefully they don't have some sort of board wipe next, but that's pretty devastating on their turn. Yep, there you go, you get the Primal Entity twice. Thanks. I kind of just fell into this when I forgot that the Deadeye can do the final death kill, but that Blazing Volley was amazing. It took out their Death Touch creature, it weakened their big creature so that my Deadeye could finish it off, and then the Glimmer Bell was no match. So how much damage, if nothing goes wrong, how much damage is this? 11. Return 2 things, fine. They'll want that Death Touch, fine. I have one more Blazing Volley that they don't know about. Pausing for one thing. Okay, it paused for one thing. Pausing for one thing. And they're like, never mind. Alright. Got him. I just had one thing, probably a cycle card if they rage quit that fast. What do we say when people rage quit? Alright, we are completely undefeated. 2 out of 2. And at 2 wins, it's 2 booster packs. I vaguely remember... yeah, there's some good fun tricks. There's some... When Ikoria was first around, people really wanted that cycling deck. The one where you had like the 2 or 3 cycle payoff cards. And I haven't seen it yet, so that's good. People are not lining up to... My connection didn't die, did it? Is everyone still there? Oh, well, we're waiting. Let's do this. Let's go to the web browser for some nostalgia. And we saw here Shatter by Amy Weber. Let's look at some classic Amy Weber art. What is the way that we can sort this by date? And someone that was the sound of a draw. Yeah, a draw somehow. Okay, we both got a draw. Sure. Let's try... Let's try that again. So what I want to see here is, I do not want to see some reprints. Not reprint, right? Not reprint? Is that how you do it? Yeah. And then what I want to see is by release date. Oldest. Ascending or descending? Let's do descending. So, is this right? I never trust this until I prove it. But yeah, that's true. Okay, so Amy Weber, who created Shatter. Oh, she did the art for Disenchant and Shatter and Copy Artifact. So did they make her the artifact? Did they make her the artifact artist back in Alpha? We'll look at that in a moment. Okay, so we've got that, like that. Got the Cycle the Smasher, Whisper Squad. Okay, I bet you they summoned 50 Whisper Squads. So please summon all your Whisper Squads, and then I will gladly blazing volley them to oblivion. Just remember to use the Clash on a Death Touch, any big boy. Yep. If there's any Death Touch going on, clash them. So Whisper Squad, search for another Whisper Squad, put it in tapped. Okay, so obviously they're going to do it at the end of my turn. In the meantime, here's a Gremlin. Bastion, when things die, I lose life. Do I want to lose that? Sure, that means they cannot summon more of them. Bring out Bootsy. Hold off with that Blazing Volley in case they have more 1/1s. That's a 3/3. They're kind of going a little bit aggro, black-white aggro. Completely synergistic. They definitely had a lot of synergy so far in their deck, in that this Bastion is doing its work. I'll give that +5, sure. They're not going to attack with it. Exactly. So, what do we do here? Because now they have a flyer, that's going to be annoying. Four, 5, 6 mana. Oh, I can summon that. Get rid of their 1/1. Attack with a 2/1. They won't block that. I have a single 6/4 that can hold off all their creatures, so hopefully no room. Never mind. Of course they have a Dire Tactics full of humans. Alright, so that's totally game over there. We'll just send a message like this, and then They got us. So what did I say about the what did I say about the victories are so hard and defeats are so easy? Yeah, that was a very quick deck. Maybe Boot Nipper with Lifelink? No, they had all the removal. There wasn't really any way past them. They were very efficient. Curve, and they had lots of removal. So as usual, black focused would have all the good removal. The most efficient. Kodakam at 98. Now notice also I was bronze and they were silver, although that's not a huge difference. They did have they were at a higher level. That's going to get out of hand. Double of those. Okay, sure. So will they pull off one or two activations of that gremlin? That's not sorcery speed, is it? They didn't properly do their gremlin. They needed to tap it. They missed a land drop. Raking Claws give a creature double strike. They're cycling that away because they're missing land drops and such. Single blue. Yeah, they're digging for lands. No more lands. Whoops, okay. That's good for me. Let's send a message. I think they're getting mana screwed. It's the old target creatures +1 first strike and a counter, and they get to untap. Okay. That won't do too much, will it? Target creature fights another target creature. I can have mine just fight it right away. There's no danger of that untapping, right? Target creature gets +1, put a first strike counter on it. It'll just be a 1/1 and I'm still a 4/2. There's no more for it to get larger, right? I shouldn't waste my Clash of Titans. There can't be anything else. Oh yeah, never mind. Yes, there is something else. Reading the card explains the card. Okay, target one creature. Yes, I'm sure my own creature. No, wait, they're gonna fight. They're still gonna kill each other. Yeah, I don't like those lands with flavor text. It makes me think that it's just that it's like special abilities. I don't remember who I was telling that to, but I don't like the flavor text on Magic, on cards. Because whenever you have flavor text on cards, it's that the It's that they've got extra abilities. Oh man, that's a double striker now because they have so many things in the graveyard. But that's what our fight is for. As long as they don't give that vigilance. So I'm not sure if the person right now is on mobile, but I gained 4 life. Okay, well, I've just got to go for it because that's another 4 life for me. They're going to hit me for 6. Now they've got their mana. 2/3 first strike. Come on, where's my removal? Everything's got first strike, so if I'm gonna have to double block that Wolverine. They're gonna have an effect, right? I can't take 6 damage off of that, so actually both my creatures are completely dead because of double strike, right? It's got too much value with all that double strike and first strike, so this is a lost cause. Wasn't pulling any of my removal. Alright, well the next game loads up, as I was saying over here, with Amy Weber. Amy Weber did the art for Disenchant, and Copy Artifact back in Alpha, and also Shatter. Hold on a moment. Okay, Moonbeam is the opponent. Back to the game. Yeah, Dragon Whelp. Warp Artifact as well. Yeah, did they make her the... did they make her the Artifact Queen on Alpha? Because, yeah, she also did Steel Artifact, Warp Artifact, Disenchant, Shatter. All of the artifact stuff. Time Warp, Fork, Life Lace. We'll look at these together. Copper Tablet. Huh. We will conceal the Death Touch Void Beckoner counter to block with the 1/1. Blazing Volley to clear a blocker, 3 more damage. Flame Spill does 4 damage. I missed a land drop. They did not. Pyroceratops. Gotta get rid of that now before it gets too big. Missed another land drop. Lurking Eyeblade, or Lurking Deadeye is that flash creature. I forgot about that one. Got another 2/3 on there. Pausing on 1 mana. Okay, so now that's bigger. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll trick them by attacking with both the Nipper and the Mamba, and they'll say, "Oh, I'll block your 1." But that's a 5 mana 6/6 that they will be able to. Let's make it seem like I missed another land drop. I'll attack with both. They'll block the 1/1, but then I will beckon this way. Take care of that. They're at 6 mana for their big thing already, so they're going to gain back all that life. Yep, perfectly all their mana. Four life. They get a 6/6 plus 4 life. Ideally, what I want here is that for them to attack me, and then obviously I've got my Death Touch creature. My Heightened Reflex can give it first strike. Let's set this up as to hide my mana. They're not going to block that. Just keep whittling them away a bit. They might have some Rabid Bite or something. Death Touch plus first strike. Yep. That Heightened Reflexes will do an instant first. We'll do a first strike. Death Touch. Unless they first do Rabid Bite or something. Okay, now first strike versus first strike. Another Topsy. I'll telegraph it. You made a mistake. Got another double strike. Okay, Raking Claws gives double strike, so first strike would negate the Mammoth, but then second strike would still survive. Okay, yeah, this could work. No, that wouldn't work. We'd both deal damage to each other. Well, I'll bait them both. They're tapped out of mana. I can double strike 6, 7, 8. Two mana. You probably don't want to attack and leave blockers. I'll probably get a blocker anyway. 4/2. Oh, here we go. Trample. Creatures you control with trample. Oh, none of them have trample. Never mind. Return that honey mammoth back to the hand and gain... Oh, no. Okay, so do that. Whatever. So they're going to gain life off of that. Each creature you control with menace cannot be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Triple menace. Triple menace. Triple menace. Reading the card explains the card. Yep, if they triple block my 3/3, they're like, never mind, I lost my will to live. Alright, triple menace. Ultra megas, mega menace, whatever they call it. Up to silver tier. Let's go back to that. That was a top deck. That was what I hate about. That's what I hate it when people do it. Their amazing top deck. And here I did the amazing top deck. I had the Pride Wildbounder. You may have this creature assign combat damage as though it weren't blocked. And I thought, okay, that's how I'm gonna win, because I'll just have, when they block me, I'll just have the damage go through. But reading the card, creatures you control with trample have this ability, so worthless. But then top deck right off the top. Each creature you control with menace cannot be blocked except triple blocked. And they've all got menace. Actually, that's the only one that had menace, so it had to be blocked, and that one couldn't be blocked, so got it. Such complication. But now we got to the third win. Two boosters plus 1,000 gems. Remember, this was a free draft. This is all completely free off the top. Keep looking at some cards here. Oops. Anyway, yeah, Dragon Whelp, Warp Artifact. I always like the art on Warp Artifact. It seems like kind of realistic in such a way. Even though Weber's art is not extremely realistic. I go first. I'm battling Vampire Cabbage. No action until turn 3. Got a life gain. They have black and white, so that could be dire tactics. This stream was well worth the wait. Getting all hyped up. Oh, thanks. 4 mana. I can do the Poacher for 4 mana. I can do Umori for 4 mana. I can do a Reflexes. Checkpoint Officer is an Icy Manipulator on a creature. They got their own Boot Nipper. Fine. Will they tap anything before? Yep, they're gonna attack my menace creature. Fine. They're gonna say, oh, you messed up. You did one of those things. No, you messed up. Then I can still summon Giganta. You need to draw Clash, kill them with their own Death Touch. Well, yeah. So they just have permanent... Oh, man. Fine, but it still decreases my mana cost, so I can live with that. If I move to combat at this point... Okay, so the Deadeye is the one with flash. I can flash in something. I'll just go to attack. They'll probably tap down the Menace. But then still that's a 5/5 attacking. Fine. They'll just say, well, I can just keep summoning that out of the graveyard. I'll keep that flash creature for some point. That costs 5 mana to come back to the hand. So I never liked that coil bug. Yeah, it's 2 mana, but then 5 mana to bring it back to the hand, and 2 more mana to cast it. 6 mana to keep it going. First strike, sure. They leave 2 mana open. Tapping down that, who cares? Attacking with all of this, even if they block the Mamba, well, it's never gonna mutate, so yep, fine, take 7. And then I can flash in that Deadeye at some point. Keep the flash for the card that does 1 damage to all opponent's creatures. Oh, yeah. Oh man, mutate that, return something to the hand. They're gonna get back their Nipper and cast it right away. Hey, Lunar Directory, gotta follow. 4/4 first strike. For first strike. The two-headed giant of Forest. Is it Forest or Four Eyes? I always called it Forest, but I could see that the joke two-headed giant of Four Eyes. Right, that old card. Umori's not doing anything more, and I've got plenty of mana. I could eat Umori, draw a card, and gain 5 life. It's never doing anything. It costs 1 mana. 1, 2, 3. Let's bring this one out here. That's got Menace, so they'll have, but that's got First Strike, so yeah, there's no good trades there. 4/4 First Strike would just take out my Grim Dancer right away. It's keeping the creature cost low, but I've got plenty of mana on board. Three, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 whole mana. Yeah. Guess we'll just go one more. Waiting for that. I'm waiting for that Blazing Volley. I've got 2 of them in the deck. Tapping down something of mine, sure. None of my creatures are strong enough to survive the Boneyard Lurker. General Enforcer won't do anything. I don't have any legendaries, so that won't really do much. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice Umori. I've got plenty of mana and I just need to get stuff. can cycle that away. Oh, now that'll give me my first strike against that 4/4. I can even summon Void Beckoner with the mana that I've got. Yeah, let's go for... I'll attack with my Menace. Attack with that Menace, and then they'll block with that, and then first strike, and then if I give it Raking Claws, I can put the 6 damage onto just that one. Oh man. Fine. So I only have now a 1/1, but what I could do... I can do double something here. I can double strike and death touch. Might as well do that. Or I could do the 1 damage off of that and then summon my Deadeye. But I'm waiting for that freaking Blazing Volley. Okay, let's skip that. Double strike and then the death touch. Lutri, can I cast? Yeah, I can cast Lutri in at the end. That doesn't double, that doesn't... Yeah, whatever, pay for it. Done. Okay, not that. That. Auto pay. Yep. There. A lot of sound and fury, but we got it. Finally got your Pillbug back. 29 life. I want to keep safe with that. Still not getting the Blazing Volley. I've got 2 of them in the deck. They keep having that Bone Nipper just getting in the way. I have 29 life. I almost have 3 times the amount of life that they have. But life doesn't mean anything if you... unless they have 0. Okay. How about I do this first? Your spell fizzles if I destroy my own creature, right? Because you have no valid target? Yep, spell fizzled. They didn't get the counter off of it. Pass turn. Now, remind me, I didn't go into a fugue state between last round and this round and remove my Blazing Volleys for some reason, right? I didn't black out and somehow remove them from the deck, right? Are they the last 2 cards in my deck or what? But I swear, once I get that Blazing Volley, that's not a Blazing Volley. But I can eat it with the poacher. I'll probably do that next turn. Who cares about its ability, even though it's... Yeah, they keep tapping Giganta. You want to tap my creature? I'll tap my creature. There we go. I have 9 mana, and I've got 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. Well, that's kind of useful. That's still not a volley. Do I have anything good in the graveyard to... Void Beckoner. I can bring the Void Beckoner straight out of the graveyard. I can bring my 8/8 out of the graveyard with Death Touch. Or my Dancer, which could have Menace. Is there any valuable target for reanimating out of the graveyard directly? It looks impressive to have that 8/8, and it's just one more attacker that they need to block. Yeah, let's reanimate Voidy. Voidy B. Comes in with a lifelink counter, 8 life. They keep tapping. Now they're gonna tap my bush guy. My bush gal. Now they see the value of, let me tap. Oh, there's their only green mana source in the whole game, huh? Okay, come on, here we go. We have to do it after so many. We've only got 16 cards left in the deck. Come on, Blazing Volley. Not a Blazing Volley. I'll probably, if they're gonna tap down my poacher, I'll just eat my own Nipper, because I want that card draw. Yeah, they keep looking at it, tap that down. Nah, I'll tap myself. Thank you very much. Dead weight. What can I kill? I can kill their Nipper with my dead weight or their tapper. Probably it's more important to kill that Death Touch. That's vexing me more. No attacks. And then dead weight. Kill the tapper. Click show. YouTube, let Mark speak. Kill the tapper? Are you sure? Okay, yeah. Well, I think I've got 1 or 2 of them in the deck, so yeah, let's get rid of that. Then the Blazing Volley will take care of the Nipper, and then the Deadeye will jump in. Double green. Flame Spill, that's good enough. 4 damage to anything. I can 4 damage the Lurker, that'll definitely kill the Lurker. And then I won't have to worry about that. And if that has mutate abilities, that'll get rid of it too. So let's get rid of that 4/4 first strike. That's been annoying. Yeah. Well, let's attempt to. It's pausing for some response. I could attack with that 8/8 trample. I mean, I could attack with my... No, Beckoner does not have trample. It's got lifelink. That's got trample. You may have this creature. I could just get 4 damage in. I could attack with Lutri and the Bondra. I don't care if I lose them. They'll have to block. That's got trample. Yeah, let's just weaken their board. Because when I get that, when I get the... then I'll hover over my cards as if I've got an amazing cantrip. Just wait, the good times are coming, I can't wait anymore! This is fine. If I lose my 4-3 out of their with their 2-1, okay, that's still gonna trample 1 damage over, and then Lutri dies to the bug, fine. But the assigned damage as though it wasn't blocked. See, I can just have 5 damage go. I can have 4 damage go directly. Take out that 5-2. Not a big deal. Yeah, let's just show them like that. And it would have been cool if I could have some damage go through. Well, that would have just been trample if I... Nah, never mind. We're fine. They'll bring their pill bug back. Eerie Ultimatum. Return any number of permanent cards. Well, that's not good. We were this close. Nah, it's not that impressive, actually. It's just a return, not a... Oh, and then they got Pacifism out of the graveyard. Okay, that's bad. Well, I can eat it with my Bushmeat Poacher. Yeah, we might as well eat the Void Beckoner, because that'll be 8 life and card draw to eventually get to that mythical volley that I'm waiting for. Do I even care about that volley anymore? Yeah, that's going to take out the Nipper and that Rescuer, and then I could finish off that 4-4. Yeah, Beckoner's not going to do anything else. I have no way to remove enchantments, do I? I don't think I picked up... I didn't get any... Well, red doesn't remove enchantments. Yeah, let's eat the Beckoner. Attacking with a 2-1 and the 5-2. Whatever, I've got 34 life. Ooh, there's my clash. Okay. Instantly clash. Little one, the Death Toucher versus the 4-4. Because that 5-2 is more fragile. Their final card in hand was an indestructibility spell. Okay, fine. At least they have nothing left in hand, although they've got a more impressive board state, but that's still not the thing. Okay. If we attack with a 5-5, they can quadruple block. They'll be hitting me in the air for a little bit. 37 life. Go for it with a 5 at a time. Sure, I'm on a clock. Help me do the math here. 37 divided by 5. And I need 3 digits. They got their own Void Beckoner. Amazing. All right, it was a valiant effort. There's no reason to keep this going. They just have too much value now. Just getting all of the bad draws by now, so... At least we got some cards to open, and I've got the Jumpstart real life cards. So let's get the cards that we got digitally, and then we'll see the cards that we got in real life. So 2 booster packs, plus 1,000 gems. Let's see some good old Ikoria cards. Got a wild card, Suffocating Fumes. Opponent's creatures get -1/-1, or cycle it. Take that to all the Llanowar elves. Play Banish, exile a big thing. There's the Boot Nipper, Springjaw Trap. 5 damage lets you do 5 mana. Lets you do a lightning bolt in colorless, but it also has flash. So somehow, if you need to do 3 damage, you've got 5 mana, you can flash in for 1, the trap, and then spring it for 4, and you do 3 damage. There's a Ram Through, that's the Trample Bite spell. Flourishing Fox, people loved this card. I'm surprised I didn't run into anyone playing the cycling deck, which this is the big payoff. Every time you cycle, this gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and people were taking cards that weren't even in their colors simply to cycle and get this Fox to Titanic levels. And the flavor text is fun. Day 1, these Fox pups have really taken to me. Day 4, big, so big, need additional security. And that was Jonald, Mission Naturalist, Research Notes, final entry. Footfall Crater, enchant your land, give one of your creatures haste. The rare got a Riel, the Everwise. I saw people play that a lot on Brawl for a little while, but then people just got tired of it, I guess. This has a +1 for each instant and sorcery in the graveyard. Whenever you discard 1 or more, for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. So people were discarding a bunch of cards and drawing a bunch of cards. The second pack. It doesn't show up on the stream, but I've got a little tracker app in the corner, and this says I've collected 85.1% of Ikoria at this point. I have 882 out of the 1,036 cards, and I believe that's counting the 4 ofs. So there were not 1,000 cards in Ikoria, but this is counting a full play set of 4. Ooh, double wild cards. Keep safe, counter spell for 2 that targets your permanent, and you draw a card. That character kind of looks a little bit more like out of Ixalan rather than Ikoria Plane. Phase Dolphin, it's a 1/4, it's for 3 mana. When it attacks, tap target attacking. Whenever this attacks, another attacking creature cannot be blocked. Okay, so it gives another creature. Oh, and I just noticed the art. All this time, I only saw a dolphin. Do you see, if you look carefully, underneath, in its underbelly, it has a person strapped to their belly down there. I never noticed that until looking at it carefully now. Flavor text. You've never had to trust your breath to an inhuman creature who could crush you at its whim, and I truly feel sorry for you. Survivor's Bond, 2 mana, choose 1 or both. Oh yeah, do the return, the regrowth. There's the poacher that I was getting a lot of mileage out of. Exuberant Wolf Bear, and then the rare here. Ooh, mythic rare wild card. Very nice. So this was a very good pack. It had 3 wild cards. Is that... I gotta screenshot that. 3 wild cards out of 1 pack. Plus I did go up to the... I did go up to Silver tier. I was in Bronze 3, Bronze 2, went into Bronze 1, and then Silver. Oh, season ends in 2 days. Okay, let's do this. We might play a little bit more, but definitely let's crack a pack of Jumpstart. Over here. Oh yeah, I dropped my camera. It's down here. So we have Jumpstart cards, and next time I also have some Garbage Pail Kid cards, chrome. So these are not the vintage 80s cards. These are recent. I'll check the copyright in a moment. These are 3rd series, 12 per pack in chrome, more value as compared to our single packs. That's funny. And I've also got a pack of Breaking Bad cards. I think Breaking Bad is my favorite TV show of all time. Number 1 is Star Trek Deep Space Nine. That's my favorite show of all time, and that is the best show of all time. No holds barred. And I think this is my 2nd favorite show. Actually, now that I've been watching Better Call Saul, no, I still think Breaking Bad is 2nd best, because I think watching it week after week, nostalgia-wise, I thought it was a very affecting show. Great acting and plots and everything. They were called Garbage Gang. Really? Gang has a much more connotation, negative connotation. I don't know. Why is that? Because people thought kids like kangaroos? Garbage pail kangaroos? That doesn't make sense. So, yeah, Breaking Bad is amazing. And then I have a pack of Tom and Jerry cards. Randomly packed Tech Chrome cards. This is when everything... This is from the 90s, when everyone had cards for whatever property. And then it was the whole gimmick covers of the comic book world infecting the card world, that we had foil and lenticular and 3-dimensional cards, and even Tom and Jerry had cards and gimmick cards, randomly packed Tech Chrome cards. And then we've got here, speaking of gimmicks, Star Wars Chrome trading cards is much more recent, because, you know, Phasma is here. But 6 cards. We might open one of these as well after the magic. So I haven't forgotten about asking people to help me open up those cards. Remember, I did that video, that shorts video about me showing like 50 different packs. I am close to possibly recording that. I'm gonna tally people's. Actually, I'll pull it up on the. I'll pull it up on the. I'll pull it up over here on the web browser. The votes for wrong video. Here we go. For the nostalgia cards, here's what people said. We got to vote for Superstars, Bone and Bob Marley, San Diego Zoo Beginner's Bible. We have a very famous person here saying Bob Marley, Reboot, Bone, Troll Force, Fern Gully, Coors. So I'm gonna open those. I'm gonna open them all eventually, but I'll do this video here first. We got some Evil Ernie and Lady Death Chrome Plunter some ages ago. That like checked off every box that I love. Evil Ernie, the classic, what was his name? Brian Pulido, the classic indie artist back on his Chaos Comics self-publishing company. Evil Ernie first started at Eternity Comics, I believe, and then Pulido went off to his own company, Chaos Comics, created Evil Ernie and Lady Death, first appearing on the first issue. Actually, it's like $200 if you have that issue. And then then we've got the Chrome Glow in the Dark. That's amazing. Gotta see those one day. You almost had a whole set, but they stopped stocking them. That's always annoying when things are missing. So just getting over here, out of curiosity, it was a 2 different sets or a single set, because Evil Ernie trading cards. Oh, here they go. Lady Death Evil Ernie Necro Chase card number 6 from 1985. $5 for this one card in mint condition. So 90s. I love it. So much hair. If you ever see a picture of the creator, Brian Pulido, he basically looks like Evil Ernie, just not so demonic. It's life imitating art. Oh, here's one with Smiley. Evil Ernie glow-in-the-dark chromium trading cards. Have a psychotic day. Is there a whole set? 1995 Lady Death Series 2 Chrome. Set of all 100. One bid. Evil Ernie Volume 3 complete for $179. Production chromium box. What are they selling here? These are obviously opened, so why does it say box? Oh, there's Chastity, Lady Death. Were you a big Evil Ernie fan? This genre from back in the day. It was known as the Bad Girl comics craze. We had Lady Death. Vampirella was an honorary one, even though she's from 1969. But in the 90s, there was Lady Death, Razor, Chastity, Purgatory, She, S-H-I. All of these very well drawn ladies that could kick your butt, and they were the bad girls style of comics. In contrast to the good girl art, there was bad girl art, good girl art. Good girl art was from the 50s, and then bad girl art was from the 90s. So yeah, classic. This is from '93. Oh, this is Joseph Michael Linsner art. And one more thing, we'll get back to the cards one moment. You've never read any of them, you just like the cards. I think I was like that also sometimes in terms of the visuals were sometimes more interesting than the readability of it. Evil Ernie, let's blow everyone's mind right here. Evil Ernie #1, CGC 9.8. Let's see the most expensive copy of the first Evil Ernie comic, $5,000. If it's in perfect 9.8 mint condition, and if it was signed, it would probably also be like $7,000 or $9,000. So here's the very first Evil Ernie, 1991, Malibu/Eternity. Oh yeah, I forgot Malibu owned Eternity, I guess. Brian Pulido story, Stephen Hughes art, Eric Mache cover, origin and first appearance of Evil Ernie, first appearance of Lady Death, but not her origin. They had some of that were 3 cards that made one picture. I like those. The Garbage Gang had those too, right? That you, on one side they had the gross kids, and then on the back side they had a piece, and then you got all 9 of them or whatever and made a large diorama. Introduction by Fangoria editor-in-chief Tony Timpo. Created and written by Brian. Illustrated by Stephen Hughes. Yep. Back cover. Evil Ernie is the most twisted horror character since Freddy Krueger, and he makes Jason and Halloween's Michael Myers. Notice how Freddy Krueger is famous enough, they just say Freddy Krueger. And Jason Voorhees is so famous, they just say Jason. But then they say Halloween's Michael Myers, even though Michael Myers was the progenitor. Makes Jason and Michael look like seminary students. He's a wicked and wonderful creation. This is Tony Timpone, editor-in-chief of Fangoria. So $5,000 for that. Much more affordably you can get right here. Evil Ernie Straight to Hell, which was published in '95. Chromium wraparound cover. So this is one of these, like what that card is. Like one of these cards. Like those cards that you have. This is the whole cover. The whole cover is one of those chromium cards. See, this is so deep because she's crying blood. Premium edition, limited to 10,000. My middle brother was into. I have 2 younger brothers. My middle brother was into Evil Ernie. He didn't have any of the first editions of these. He had, I think, Youth Gone Wild. Oh, here it is, Youth Gone Wild. But so in the world of comic collecting and such, when you grade your comics, they call it slabbing it. When you encase them in these protective plastics, they have these various ratings from a 0.5 to a 9.8, technically also a 9.9 and a 10.0, but those are extremely rare. 9.8 for all intents and purposes is the highest grade. And there's different colors. This has got a blue label. It's just a regular graded book. There's a yellow label, which is a signature. This is an alternative company. What company is this? EGS Signature Series. This is not. People are not going to trust that. EGScomicsgrading.com. So they've only graded 1,018 comics. Yeah, no one is going to believe this grading company. They are in big competition. Anyway, we'll go back to Magic one moment. This is the final thing. I was going to note here that this green label is not a good label, because this label is the qualified grade, which is they cannot verify certain things. And if you see there, it says Evil Ernie, Pieces of Me, #1, Chaos Comics, November 2000, name written on cover in marker. So they cannot verify that that is an actual signature from the creator. So they use the green label to say, like, someone wrote something on this, and they cannot verify it because they need to have witnessed the signature at that point to give it the yellow label. So that $5,000 one that we saw a moment ago, if it had been signed with yellow label 9.8, that would have probably added an extra $2,000 or $3,000 to the cover price. This one, because it just says name written on marker, I could have signed it for them, and it would have the green label, and people wouldn't believe the real signature. And that is our comic history of the day. Let's get to opening some cards. Jumpstart. Did you ever open any Jumpstart cards or play Jumpstart in real life? I played a lot in Arena. Didn't play any in real life. This package is very hard. It opened pretty pristinely. Actually, I can repack it. I can repack it with some junk cards and sell it to the unsuspecting people. Anyway, so the thing about Jumpstart is it came with a it came with half of a deck in a theme, and when you were drafting this, you got two of these. I believe they gave everyone two. You know, you purchased your entry, and you got two, I believe, maybe three. I think it was two, and then you mash them together, and then you play. This also had a variety of rarity levels. I believe this is one of the lowest rarity ones. So we'll see vampires here. This should have vampire focused cards. Okay, so we have the vampire preview art. Ooh, Drana, cool. So here's a mythic, 3 mana, flying first strike. Whenever Drana deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on each attacking creature you control. This is amazing. I don't think I've ever got this card in real life. I played it with on Arena. But basically, attack with everything. She's got first strike. She deals the first damage. Suddenly, all of your little creatures get +1/+1 counters permanently. And if she survives, she can keep doing it over and over. I will not live as a slave. If you would be free, then fight alongside me. Got good old Silver Smoked Ghoul, 3 mana, 3/1. Pay 2 mana, sacrifice it, draw a card. If you gain 3 life, return it to the battlefield. Oh, there's the cover art right there. Bloodhound Vampire, 4 mana. Vampire Shaman Ally, 3/3. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on this. So 4 mana to do a Black Ajani's Pridemate. Let the vampires join us in this war. We no longer have the luxury of choosing our comrades. That's General Tazari, Allied Commander. Uncommon. Falcon Wrath Noble, 4 mana, uncommon, 2/2, Vampire Noble, flying. Whenever this or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. So a nice drain effect built into the creature. I often think on how excited they must feel to be chosen as my prey. Cool, very moody art. We've got a Gifted Aetherborn, 2 mana, Aetherborn Vampire. It's a 2/3, Death Touch, and Lifelink. A few Aetherborn have discovered a way to sustain their own existence at the cost of an insatiable hunger for the life essence of other beings. So I wasn't playing Magic during Kaladesh. This is originally from Kaladesh, but there were the Aetherborn people on that plane, which are, I don't remember if they were artificially constructed or such, but they had short lifespans, like 1 year or 2 years. They were fully adult beings, but then they died very, very quickly. And so they were sort of like the replicants from Blade Runner. Gifted Aetherborn is a good card. Yeah, I like it. It's very efficient. 2/3, 2 mana, Death Touch, Lifelink. Great blocker. Gains you the life when you need it, only 2 mana. In the best color, of course. Sanguine Indulgence, 4 mana, sorcery. Costs 3 less if you've gained 3 life. Return up to 2 cards. Graveyard to hand. Agonizing Siphon, I love the art on that. 4 mana. I have a foil one of these from the original printing. It looks really nice in foil. 4 mana, sorcery, deals 3 damage to any target. You gain 3 life. So take that, Planeswalker, and then you gain 3 life. Good Old Child of Night, 2 mana, 2/1, lifelink. Last Gasp, 2 mana instant. A creature gets -3/-3. Take that, Toski, you're no longer indestructible. Mark of the Vampire, 4 mana, aura, give a creature +2, and lifelink. Nocturnal Feeder, 3 mana, Vampire Rogue, 2/1 flying. When this dies, each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. Ooh, why couldn't it be? And then you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Why couldn't it have been a Grey Merchant of Asphodel upon dying? You know, Gary's 5 mana, so I guess that's why that's fair. This would only be 3 mana, and you would definitely want it to die. And if you're playing a multiplayer, this could gain you lots of life, so I guess that might be too powerful. I'll make it uncommon, just like Grey Merchant, even though it was common the first time around, right? Thriving Moor, it's one of the new dual lands, new-ish dual lands. This comes in tap. Choose a color other than black because it gives black mana. Gloomsower, amazing art. 7 mana, horror. Hey, that's not a vampire. Why do we have horrors in here? Everything else is a vampire. Don't tell me they ran out of vampires to put together. 7 mana, 8/6. When this becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. So they chump block, but they still lose 2 life, and you gain 2 life. First, the darkness fell. Terror came next. After that, only despair remained. The tragedy of Moraine. Swamp. Oh yeah, these also came complete with lands. Very nice art on that. I think my favorite swamp art from these, and I only got one of them, was this, I don't know if that's Innistrad or a scary part of Ravnica. I only got one of those. I guess second place I like these. Midnight Swamps. Doesn't show up well on the camera, but there's a moon right there. Maybe the sun. I like that second best. And I didn't love these as much. I guess this one a little bit better than that one. So I like this. I liked getting Drana. That's a nice card. And yeah, that was my That was my real-life crack-a-pack. After 3-hour stream, starting a little bit late, I think I will wrap it up at this point. Save those other cards for another day. And appreciate everyone coming to the stream, and went pretty well. Out of that free draft, 3 wins. Played some fun cards. Relived that old vintage set of Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. And so I'll be back again. I don't believe I have any prior commitments next time, to start at the more reasonable time, 8 p.m. Pacific time. And thank you both and everyone that came to hang out. Not sure if the other people that were here are still here, but thank you all for coming by as usual. It's definitely a more fun stream when it's more interactive, so I appreciate you all coming in and hanging out while we play. I'll be back next time, and by then, I believe, what is the calendar? I believe they are going to release literally 700 new cards on Arena soon. I believe next week. And new cards is cool, but being curmudgeonly, I would say I would rather, on the 26th, I would rather they worked on things such as multiplayer and spectator mode. So this was pushed back 2 weeks. They were going to release this back on the 12th. Jumpstart Historic Horizons, so basically Jumpstart version 2. 790 cards to play this event, several new cards. This is also full of a variety of new cards that basically they've said only work in digital. These cards would be unprintable in real life because there are some random effects here that would just be, they say, impossible in real life. So this is about to drop a whole new 790 cards in Historic, not affecting Standard. But one of the new abilities is Perpetually, which is a permanent change to a card for the remainder of the game. Target creature's base power perpetually becomes 0. This is Baffling Defenses, 2 mana instant. So you've got that Void Beckoner 8/8, pay 2 mana with Baffling Defenses, permanently for the rest of the game has 0. Power of 0. When it's on the battlefield, when it's on the graveyard, when it's shuffled back to the library, when it's in the exile zone, for the rest of the game, give a creature 0 base power. 0 base power. Obviously they can +1 it or whatever. This is one of these things that is not coming to paper. Another one is the Seek ability. It's basically a tutor effect, vaguely random. When Faceless Agent enters the battlefield, seek a creature card of the most prevalent creature type in your library. So it's very computer-ish in terms of tracking this in real life would be very, very difficult because you'd have to lay out all your cards and see, oh, I've got 7 cats and 6 dogs. So out of the 7 cats, seek a creature card of the most prevalent creature type. So out of those 8, then I would pick one of those. The computer does it all for you. So as long as it meets the criteria, Seek is going to be a type of a search effect, which also does not shuffle your library. When you tutor in paper, you have to shuffle your library because you know what's coming, right? Now they've got Seek, which does not shuffle your library. So the old brainstorm tricks won't work anymore. So this and a couple of other things are the new abilities coming to Arena only, Jumpstart Historic, next week. So when we come back next week, we'll probably play this, a draft or 2 of this, and see how much Magic breaks. And more cards on Arena. Okay, so let's wrap up. Thank you everyone for coming by. Don't be a stranger on the Discord. Check out for the new videos coming soon. What do I have coming up soon? I just released a new video about Star Wars cards. Check that out if you haven't seen it. I go through a bunch of Star Wars cards from the 90s. I have some other comic book videos and such that I've recorded that I just need to edit. Magic shorts coming soon and such. Don't forget to like, share, and all of that good stuff on all of those. So see you all next time. Really appreciate you stopping by. Have a good rest of the night or day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it may be for you. This is VM Campos, and I'll see you next time.